Hello, and welcome back, everyone, to another pre-recorded lesson video. Today is Thursday, December 3rd, and y'all, this week is just flying by. So that means, you know, we're getting closer and closer to the end of the semester and, winter break, right? We have a couple of big grades coming up, so let's make sure to buckle down, get our work turned in, and finish this semester strong, okay? I want to make sure that y'all pass all your classes and that y'all are doing great. Okay. And of course, if you ever need anything from me, my email is always open. I always respond to my Schoology messages. Just let me know. I am always here for y'all. If you need any help, I am always available and I will always respond as quickly as I possibly can. Okay. But let us get started with today's lesson. And I do have a really important assignment for the essay I'm uploading. I deleted the introduction assignment yesterday because a couple of y'all weren't really getting what the assignment was, and that was my fault. The instructions weren't really clear, so I decided to change up what the essay is going to look like and make it a little bit easier for y'all to follow along. Okay. But the announcements, there is going to be a district test next week. It's going to be your semester exam. This is going to be a huge part of your grade. So make sure that you're ready for it. I'm obviously going to give y'all more information on that whenever on Monday next week. So look out for that. And like I said earlier, there is going to be a new essay template. And I promise this one's going to be a lot easier to follow along with than the last one. Okay. I want to make sure everyone can complete the essay because remember, it is a major grade. And the essay is going to be a lot of your daily grades as well. So let's get started. Okay. So a review from the last lesson was what the introduction was. Remember, what are the three parts of an introduction? The three parts of an introduction are the hook, right? The context and the thesis statements. Okay. Remember, the hook is important because that's the part where you're engaging the reader, right? You want to start your paper off with a bang and make sure that the reader is entertained from the beginning. And then the context acts as the bridge, right? It acts as the bridge from the hook to the thesis statement. This is where a lot of your information is in. This is the information that you need to give to the reader to let them know what the essay is going to be about or what the topic is about, right? You should always write for an audience that has no idea what your paper is going to be over. So always give them the necessary information that they need to understand your paper, okay? And then the thesis statement is it states your position or on the topic that you're writing about. It's basically stating what your essay is going to be over and what you're going to be talking about. Okay. And your body paragraphs are going to be supporting your thesis statement. But I'm going to go into that a little bit more today because today's lesson is body paragraphs and conclusion, right? And then how many paragraphs are there in this one? There should be 4. I did change it to 5, but you're going to see the new template and it's going to be a lot easier to follow along with. And then how many examples? This doesn't, there should be 2 to 3 examples. And again, whenever I show you what the new template looks like, you're going to understand exactly what I'm going to be wanting from you going forward, okay? But let's get started into how to write body paragraphs, okay? So the body paragraphs are going to be your main supporting or your main evidence to help support your thesis statement, right? Your first sentence of your body paragraph should be your topic sentence. This is basically what the main idea of your paragraph is going to be. This is sort of a really broad general summary of your paragraph. So essentially, you have to think of the topic sentence as a summary of your paragraph before you even write it, right? And how you do that is, you have to brainstorm. You have to put down all your points that you want to put in your body paragraph, and your topic sentence is a summary of all those points. And then you go into all the evidence, right? So in your body paragraph, you should have a topic sentence and then supporting evidence. So supporting evidence is just actual evidence to help support the topic you're writing about and your thesis statement. So some of the evidence could be quotes, other summaries, sources, right? You need to have sources as evidence, right? And then you need analysis as well. I think analysis is one of the biggest things for your body paragraphs. Analysis is basically explaining to the reader why the evidence or the source that you're using to help support your thesis and your topic is significant. Why is it important? Why does it help you know more about the topic, essentially, right? How does the piece of evidence support your thesis, right? How does the quote or the summary or the source you use support your thesis statement? Okay, that's basically what your analysis is going to be. So you have to think of your summary or your body paragraph as topic sentence, then maybe a sentence or two about your evidence, then analysis, then another evidence, and then another analysis underneath that, right? And then the transition is just basically helping you flow your paragraphs a little bit easier and smoother. In this essay, I don't really think that a transition sentence is really necessary, but I'm going to show you a little bit more in that template I made you, okay? But continuing on with body paragraphs, a good tip is that your body paragraph should support your thesis, right? So what you should do, if your thesis, I give an example, is Mr. Kang is the best teacher, right? So what you need to think about what you need to do, right, for your body paragraphs to help support that thesis statement, right? So you need to basically just jot down what you want your main points to be, your body paragraphs, right? So I thought body paragraph number 1 could be about how I help my students, right? How he helps his students. And then body paragraph number 2 could be about how he helps his other teachers around him to be better teachers, right? Those two things, those two body paragraphs or those two main points show or help support my thesis of me being a good teacher, right? Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. Right? Your body paragraphs need to support your thesis statement, right? A good way to help organize your writing, your essay, whenever you have a paper coming up, is brainstorm. Just jot down your thoughts on a piece of paper and like have an outline of your essay, essentially. Write down what your topic should be. Write down what you think your thesis statement should be, and then just write down the sentences underneath that or bullet points of, what your body paragraph should be about, the main points of your body paragraphs that help support the thesis statement, if that makes sense, right? This is essentially what your body paragraphs are going to be about, or the main points to help support your thesis statement, okay? Remember, evidence and analysis are going to be the meat, the chunk, the main course of your body paragraphs, okay? Moving on. Here is a good example of body paragraphs that I found that have to deal with World War I. I'm not going to read through these because these are pretty long, but this is a good example of using quotes and having the source number, the page number where they found it, and having great analysis, great evidence, right? These are really good topic sentences as well. So read through those to get a good grasp of what a body paragraph should look like, okay? But moving on to conclusion, right? We need to be able to wrap our paper up nicely, right? And make sure that we're hitting all the main points again and emphasizing certain things that need to be emphasized for the reader to really grasp what this essay was about. So the conclusion is, again, just providing the reader or giving the reader just a brief overview or summary of the main ideas that you discussed in your essay, right? You should be highlighting the main points of your essay and the flow that you had with your essay, and maybe in your conclusion you offer solutions or answers. You provide next steps in what they can do, or sometimes you can present new questions that your paper generated. Right? You're going to restate your thesis, okay? But you're also going to show how. You're going to restate your thesis in your own words again, but you're also going to restate all the main points in your body paragraphs again to help show how you answered the question of the essay, right? You're going to have to answer that question that you answered in the essay again in your conclusion, okay? So a good way to say it is, first, you're going to restate the thesis, but in different words, right? And then second, you're going to restate the main idea of the first body paragraph in different words, and you're going to do it for each body paragraph in different words, right? And then lastly, you're going to write a relevant life lesson or message to end your conclusion. Or for this essay, you can just answer that question again, right? Of what is the change that we see in Paul throughout the book, right? I think a conclusion is the easiest part of the essay because you've already done most of the work that you need to do for your conclusion, right? In your introduction and your body paragraphs. It's just you need to be able to summarize your essay, and that's basically what your conclusion is, okay? So that's going to lead us into what this new essay is going to look like. This is going to be your new essay assignment, and this is going to be your major grade and the rest of your daily grades. So how I'm going to take this as a grade is overall, this is going to be your major grade, but for each individual part is going to be a different daily grade, right? So introduction, I'm going to take as a daily grade, your body number 1, body number 2, body number 3. They're going to be different daily grades, okay? And then overall, this is going to be a major grade. So this is a different way of doing the essay. I think it's going to be easier for y'all to follow along with. So the instructions, I'm going to upload a instruction video again to sort of just go over the essay. But if you don't want to watch that, you can just keep watching this lesson video because I'm going to go over this template again. So what I'm expecting you to do is just go into these highlighted parts and just fill in, right? It's sort of like a fill in the blank right here. So I wrote most of the essay, most of the essay for y'all, right? You just need to just get text evidence to help support what I'm writing, okay? So you're going to include the novel definition of emotional trauma right here. So the topic that I decided to write about, the change that we see in Paul, is his emotional trauma, okay? And then you're going to write the novel definition of, or a definition of emotional trauma, and then text evidence of saying how it's developed throughout the book, right? And then you're going to include text evidence of Paul before the war, stuff that Paul used to like to do before he joined the war. And we've gone over all of this before, right? And you're just going to fill in the highlighted portions. And basically, the highlighted portions is already telling you what it wants in there. So right here, you're going to put textual evidence or evidence from the text. In this one, you're going to list activities that Paul liked to do before the war, right? Verse right here, you're going to put in, explain how Paul feels about those activities after joining the army, right? And just things like that. I think it's going to be a lot easier for y'all to do it this way. And if you want me to look over your essay before you click submit, obviously I 100% will. Just let me know. But yeah, I think this is going to be a lot easier. And obviously, if you have any questions, always let me know about it. But this is going to be your last grades. These are going to be your last daily grades and your last, not your last major grade because we have that district test coming up. But this is going to be one of your biggest grades for these 9 weeks. So if you have any questions about that, let me know, right? Don't look at, don't mind to finish up the intro and start body paragraph. Just finish up that, or just start on that template and see if you're understanding it. And remember, there's no class tomorrow. If you have any questions, thoughts, concerns, let me know. But other than that, that is it for this lesson video. Hopefully everything made sense. But yeah, I will see you here for the next lesson video, okay? Hope you all have a great weekend. Bye.